how's it going? This is Darrin with GuitarControl.com bringing you this video lesson. Today, I want to show you how to play three of my favorite intros from AC/DC songs. These are like, really, in my opinion, must-know riffs that just really grab you, like right when you hear them. I remember when I got Back in Black and heard it for the very first time when I was like 10 or 11 years old, and right when Hell's Bells came on, it was just like instant goosebumps. It's just such a cool sounding intro. But anyway, we're going to be looking at the intro for Hell's Bells, the intro for Those About to Rock, and the intro for Have a Drink on Me. So be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look at what we got going on here. Alright, so what I kind of do is put these in order of easiest to most difficult. So the very first one we're going to look at is Hell's Bells. So we start off, we're just doing a regular old power chord here. I'm on the 7th fret of the D string with my first finger and the 9th fret of the G string with my third finger. And then I'm going to be playing the A string open. So I'm going to pick A, G, D. So that's just the first part. Then I'm going to take that third finger off and I'm going to bar my first finger, so I'm picking up the 7th fret of the G and the D string. So. Now simply just take your first finger and move it down to the 5th fret, still barring there, and the same thing. And then back up. So, whoops. So A, G, D, G, D, and just repeats. Second time when we move back up here, then we're going to come down. This is actually two guitars that do this part, but we're just learning it to play by yourself. So we're going to come down and do a C5 power chord. So my first finger's on the 3rd fret of the A string, and I'm using my 4th finger on the 5th fret of the D string. And then we're going to flatten that note on the A string from the 3rd fret to the 2nd fret, but we're going to keep our 4th finger here on the 5th fret of the D string. And then just start over again. So. So now let's take a look at For Those About to Rock. So this one here is pretty easy. We're actually not even going to be using the guitar pick. We actually play this riff with your fingers. So start off, we're going to put your first finger on the 11th fret of the high E, and then your second finger on the 11th fret of the G, and then your third finger on the 12th fret of the B. Now, you may already notice that it just looks like the shape for a D chord, but the reason that we've got these fingers reversed is because of what comes next. So you want to have your first finger on the high E and your second finger on the G string. Now, the way I do this is I just play the 3rd string with my first finger, the 2nd string with my 2nd finger, and the 1st string, high E, with my 3rd finger, and just pluck them all at the same time. Now you could also do it using your thumb on the G string, your first finger on the B, and your second finger on the high E. whatever's easier. I just find it just this kind of claw thing to be the easiest way for me personally. So you want to put, you'll see on the tabs above certain parts of it. I don't have them right in front of me, so I can't remember. It's like on the downbeat of 1, and I think it's on the downbeat of 3, and then on the next one it's on the downbeat of 2, and then the downbeat of 4. But I'm not 100% sure. But you'll see a little like a little greater than sign kind of a thing. What that is just telling you that you want to put a little bit more emphasis on that. So you want to kind of so wherever the little V is, you just kind of pick it a little bit harder is all. So we've got then you just simply move your first finger down a half step. So it goes from the 11th fret of the E string to the 10th fret. So far. Then you're going to take your 4th finger and move it up to the 14th fret of the high E string. So you're up here, and then move it back, and then move it down to the 12th fret, and then it just starts over again. So slowly. Finally, we're going to look at Have a Drink on Me. So this is a little bit more difficult than both of these other things, but this is like one of my favorite Angus Young riffs, licks, whatever you want to call it, of all time. I mean, I really like this. So we're going to start off. You're going to want to put you're going to do a slide from nowhere to the 9th fret of the G string with your 3rd finger. And then you're going to immediately follow that with your 2nd finger on the 8th fret of the B string. Then you want them to ring out over each other like that. So that's the very first part of it. So that rings out for, I can't remember, 3 or 4 beats or something. And then you do that again, and then you're going to move from there. You're going to move down, so you're like in the box pattern of A minor pentatonic. So you're going to, and then you're going to slide down. So now your 3rd finger should be on the 7th fret of the G string, and your 1st finger on the 5th fret. So it's a pick, pull, and then immediately go to the 7th fret of the D string. So. And then after you go here, we're going to roll up and hit the 7th fret of the G string. So we got. And then from there to back to the 5th fret of the G string. So. Whoops. Okay, so slowly. Then you're going to take your 1st finger and bar it at the 5th fret across your D, G, and B string, and then you're gonna strum the A string open. You're gonna hit strings 5, 4, and 3, and do a hammer on to the 6th fret of the G string with your 2nd finger. then follow that with the open A string again. And then take your third finger and bar it at the 7th fret across the D and G string. So far. And then you just I think it does it 3 times. Just be sure to refer to the tabs. After you do it 3 times, then we're going to come back down. We're going to come down here to a C5. So I'm on the 3rd fret of the A string with my first finger, and the 5th fret of the D string, and I'm using my 4th finger here. You're going to take your first finger off so the A string is open, strum it back down again, and then finish that with just a regular old A5. So A string open, and then I'm just barring the 2nd fret of the D and G string. So. And then it just basically starts over again with, Alright, so the whole thing slowly. So I hope you enjoyed that and you got something out of it. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if there's something you'd like to see either myself or one of the other instructors at GuitarControl.com do in a future lesson. And here in a minute, somewhere around here, I'm going to put up a link to a series that one of our instructors, John McLennan, did, where he's going to show you how to play everything off of the Back in Black album. So be sure to check that out. Alright, so that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for watching, and until next time.